I think this is just obviously a really smart move for Trump doing these podcasts. He did what Theo Vaughn, he's done a few of them now, and they're just obviously such a good choice. I mean, while Kamala is running weird ads written by women trying to shame men into voting for her, so this is a way to appeal to men, and especially to younger men. This is going to work, and they're committing the cardinal sin here by just talking to him like a human being, humanizing, allowing people to see that Donald Trump is actually a human. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Where they, still become ambitious and successful.
So I do have good kids and 5 really wonderful children, and different, very different. Yeah, they are so different. But, one thing that was in common that I always used to say when I was with them, or when they were leaving a room, I would drive them crazy. No drugs, no alcohol, no cigarettes. I would say that.
Did you say that to Don Jr.?
Yeah, Don's a little wild. He's a wild. He can be a little tough.
He told me a funny story.
Go ahead.
Okay. I talked to a bunch of people. I was trying to, prepare for this interview. Right. He told me a funny story. And he said to me, he goes, once he asked if he could have a couple of his friends over for New Year's. Was it New Year? No, it was July 4th.
Right.
On top of Trump Tower.
Right.
And you said yes. He's like, I want 5 friends. You're like, okay, I'm out of town. Go for it. He brings 200 people over to Trump Tower. Okay.
That's right.
Okay. He says that you weren't supposed to be there. You end up showing up. You hear some noise upstairs. You come up. You go, what the fuck is everybody doing here? Get the hell out of my house. He said he cleaned for the next 36 hours. And he said, to this day, you have never brought up that it even happened. And he said, I'm starting to believe it might not have happened. Yeah. So can you give him closure?
No, it happened. No, I can never give closure. you can never forget.
This is what the machine does not want you to see, because they don't want to humanize. Remember, Jimmy Fallon touched Trump's hair and humanized him. They all freaked out. No, you can't humanize him. He's a monster. He's a monster. You can't see Trump as a human being. In fact, you can't see any Trump supporters as human beings either. They're all monsters. So they want this stuff hidden. They want it hidden. They do not like this at all, right? But the thing is, for like an Andrew Schulz, why wouldn't you have him on? It's going to be a huge audience, right? And you know that he's good. It's not going to be a boring show. He's not going to freeze up. It's not going to be boring, right? He's not going to be just a normal politician on this. He's going to speak frankly. He's going to be funny, right? It's going to be a great show. So there's no real downside of it other than that a bunch of purple-haired gremlins are going to freak out about it. Because again, he's not part of the corporate media. He's independent. He's doing his own thing. I mean, maybe YouTube will get mad at him. Who knows? Maybe we'll hear something from him about that. But there's another thing here I want to replay.
But one thing that was in common that I always used to say when I was with them, or when they were leaving a room, I would drive them crazy. No drugs, no alcohol, no cigarettes. I would say that.
Did you say that?
Now, that's great advice. That's great advice for kids. That's extremely wholesome. And that's something you should hear from, like something like that, some message like that, you should hear from politicians all the time. Because that's a recipe for success in life, for a happy life, for not for keeping yourself out of like insane situations and failure. Right? That's good advice. Not everybody's going to follow that advice, and there are lots of people who drink responsibly, right? But it's not a bad place to go, especially today. It's pretty dangerous to be out and fucked up, right? Not like it used to be. But that to me is a very positive message. It's a very wholesome message. And you would never hear that message. Never would you hear that message from a Joe Biden or from a Kamala Harris or from a Tim Walz or a AOC or an Ilhan Omar or from a Justin Trudeau or Chrystia Freeland. You'll never hear that message from a progressive, because you know why? Because it's not a progressive message. They would see it. They would feel it in their bones, is that that's not progressive. No. We're the people who give sex changes to children, right? That's what they say to themselves. They would just feel in their bones. No. That seems right wing somehow to tell kids not to drink and smoke or do drugs. They love drugs. They give them away for free so that people can kill themselves on them. They love to do that. No progressive, no leftist politician now. Yeah, there's no liberal ones left. They're all progressives. They're all leftists, right? Far leftists, authoritarian leftists. That wouldn't feel progressive to them to say that. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.